The central Mediterranean island of Malta is known to most Europeans as a sunny holiday destination. Its famous 40-kilometre-long Grand Harbour and strategic location just south of Sicily made it a crossroad from Eastern to Western Europe and from Africa to the European mainland. Perhaps the centrepiece of Malta's many jewels is the UNESCO heritage-listed St John's Co-Cathedral in the capital, Valletta. The church bears the name of the patron saint of the religious order that ruled the islands between 1530 and 1798, the Knights of St John. The descendants of the original Crusaders were generous in their donations to the church, which is home to masterworks by artists such as Caravaggio and Rubens.
When a Grand Master was appointed, it was an appointment for life, but the first thing he had to do was to give a gift to St John's. We have several of them. For instance, the collection of Flemish tapestries, which is the largest collection in the world. That was the personal gift of Grand Master, the Portuguese Grand Master, Ramon Perelhos. Completed in 1577, the Co-Cathedral and the surrounding fortified capital, Valletta, was financed by the nobility of Europe, partly in thanks for withstanding a 9-month siege from the then all-powerful Ottoman Turks. The city had been founded by the Grand Master La Valette, who had been victorious in the battle over the Ottoman Turks. And he was determined to have a city that was fortified and that also befitted this group of noblemen. The church was to become a Baroque masterpiece. In the 17th century, Grand Master Nicholas Cotoner decided to have the interior of St. John's decorated in the new Baroque style. And then subsequently, Mattia Preti prepared designs for the carvings of the walls. An interesting thing is that most churches are decorated with stucco. That means a plaster cast, which is then attached to the wall. But in Malta, it's different. In St. John's, it's different. The walls were actually carved in situ into the stone, just because the Maltese stone, Maltese limestone, lends itself so well to being carved. And then, if that wasn't enough, they actually covered them with 24-karat gold leaf, which unfortunately have suffered from the ravages of time and now are being regilded. While restoration in a building as old and rich as St John's is an ongoing process, this is the first major restoration for over a century, and possibly its most comprehensive ever. During the restoration process, some fine work has been rediscovered. The details of the crucifixion group of wooden sculptures were hidden behind centuries of dust and makeshift repairs. And the crucifixion group is a gift of one knight, Commander Felikaya, who on his death, part of his inheritance was given to St. John's. And this lovely group of sculptures arrived in Malta in 1653. Though it is yet to be confirmed, the work is likely to be attributed to one of the leading Roman sculptors of the time, Alessandro Del Gardi.
Once we started cleaning off the gesso, it was obvious, even from before, it was obvious that the artist was a great artist. There's no economizing in details, definitely. Primarily, what you immediately see a difference in are the facial features, the curls and the hair, and this is very important. Even the drapery of the figures has taken a new lease of life.
By the way, the 1941 Humphrey Bogart film The Maltese Falcon was based on a true story. The Knights of Malta gave King Charles V of Spain a Maltese falcon, not jewel-encrusted, but a real one.